Hey, it's Chris Lopez from Kettlebell Workouts.com, and this is episode 2 of how to do a pistol squat. Now, if you recall in episode 1, we took care of a lot of mobility issues using the foam roller, doing some stretching, showing you that really great ankle mobility exercise that we did up against the wall, just to help you get below parallel on your two-legged squat. So remember what I said before, it's a lot harder to be able to get low or below parallel on one leg if you can't really do it on two legs. So practicing your two-legged squats, getting below parallel, really helping with your hip mobility and your ankle mobility, as well as some flexibility in your hamstrings, will allow you to get below parallel. Now what I want to talk to you about is some unilateral or single leg variations before you actually get into your pistol. So see if you can incorporate any of these exercises into your program prior to really attempting a pistol, and this should help you get used to using one leg when you're doing these exercises. The first exercise I want to show you is just a standard step up. On the step up, I've got a bench that's probably about 24 inches high, maybe a little bit lower. I'm going to take one leg up, so I've got my left leg on there and my right leg is on the ground. With the step up, what you want to think about is really loading up the leg that's working. So in this case, it would be my left leg. My abs are tight and braced. My hips are back. I want to try to focus a lot of my weight from the mid part of my foot to back, bracing my abs, and you want to try to think about minimally pushing off the back leg so that that front leg can get a lot of work in. So I'm going to give myself a slight forward lean, and I'm going to drive up, using that front leg for a lot of the work, and then driving my hip back, again pushing a lot of the weight into the mid to the back of the front foot to come back down. Drive up, and then back down. So that's a step up. The next exercise I want to show you is just a standard split squat. Now, one of the points of the split squat is to really think about the back leg being there only for balance, using only about 10%, if I were to break it down in percentages, on your back leg, and putting most of your weight on the front leg, so the leading leg that's doing all the work. So, for a basic split squat, I've got my right leg forward and my left leg back. I'm bracing my abs again. The back leg I want you to think about is only a kickstand. So just use the back leg as a kickstand on the bike, where you've got minimal weight on that back leg. Chest out, shoulders back. My hands are going to be here for balance. I'm going to drive my hips back, and then push through that front leg, coming right back up, really squeezing the glute at the top. Again, back, using the back leg only as a kickstand, and then driving up. Okay, so that's a regular split squat. Another variation will be a Bulgarian split squat. Now, I like the Bulgarian split squat because in addition to working the front leg, you're also going to get a lot of stretch in your hip flexor. So, for a Bulgarian split squat, I'm going to have my back leg elevated on the bench. So in this case, my right leg is elevated, my left leg is going to be the working leg. I'm going to keep my back straight and my abs tight. Hands are going to go back up here, and I'm going to drive my hip back. And then right back up. And right away, I'm feeling a really good stretch in that back leg. Driving the hips back, and then really forcing myself to drive through the glute to get right back up. And that's a Bulgarian split squat. And then the last exercise that I want to show you is a modified pistol using the bench. So with a modified pistol, we're going to about parallel or however high that bench is. And if you're doing this at home, you can use a chair, you can use, I've seen people do it with a stability ball, although you want to make sure that that stability ball is as stable as you can get it. But a chair at home will be just fine. And with that, all you want to do is line up your feet, be about maybe 6 to 8 inches away from the bench, take one leg and lift, and you're going to drive with your hip back. So I've got my right leg working here, my left leg is out, and I'm going to sit back and touch the bench, bracing my abs, not letting any of my weight go, keeping that tension in my stomach, and then driving back up. Okay? So again, drive my hips back, keeping this leg elevated, touch, and then drive back up. So those are 4 variations that you can use before you actually get into a full butt-to-the-ground pistol. I'm Chris Lopez from KettlebellWorkouts.com, and that's episode 2 of how to do a pistol squat.